In this DawgStrip, we do the Washington Gambler 500. This event has been on the to-do list for a long time. We meet up with old friends, make new ones, and have a blast while bombing through the woods. Even if the event was shut down.
And for this event, we choose the Hamster, be it with a few off-road modifications. For the Gambler, she gets outfitted with 12-inch ATV tires, a winch bumper, plus front and rear skid plates.
With the Hamster Gambler ready and loaded up, we hit the open road. The trip south of the border would be over 500 kilometers to the start point, but it doesn't take long for issues to arise.
So it's been 15 minutes on the road. What's happening?
15 minutes. Turns out bigger tires not always better. They're rubbing our sagging bumper, so we're going to trim the bumper because we're not going to trim the tires. Yay! Clearance has been made.
And after getting across the border into Washington, we meet up with our friends Dale and Brittany. Shortly thereafter, we get some bad news.
Alright, so as of a Facebook update about 10 minutes ago, the Gambler has been officially canceled. Ah! So, apparently they didn't get any permits, and the group's too big, and we're not allowed to use forest roads. So, we're carrying on after driving for like 8 hours from Canada, so we're going to go on a fishing trip, and we're going to go to some coordinates and try our luck at fishing. Tally-ho.
After topping up the tank with fuel, we decide to head east into the woods. With the sun setting, we find a cozy little campsite, not far from Gambler's start point.
After a traditional 6 a.m. rise, we pack up and hit the road, optimistically heading towards the rally point to see what remains of the event.
You got a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here and work another convenience store. And it's to save just a little bit of money, won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs. Find a city, what to do.
Apparently I was wrong. You're right.
Damn! You had a hope something down out.
But that doesn't mean that all is hope is lost.
Good.
We're technically not allowed on Forest Service Road, which is bullshit because we all pay taxes. Well, you guys don't. Sorry. So technically, I guess you guys can do whatever the fuck you want. Fucking A? Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Why are you waving a knife around, dude?
I'm violent.
That's what I'm saying. You're not really like pleasant looking.
Well, I'm
and
trying
you're
to
waving a
intimidate the Canadians.
Why?
Because they're intimidatable.
This is fucking rude.
I know.
We had a tremendously fun time wandering about, looking at other Gambler vehicles. We were set loose after the drivers' meeting with the end-of-day camp location, which happened to be about 400 kilometers away.
You got a fast car. I wanna take it to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to lose.
Holy shit! Oh, watch your hand there.
Just save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs. Find a city, what it needs to be like.
While heading back out to the highway, we stopped next to a few fellow gamblers. They knew of some better roads to the south, so we happily tagged along. The drive was great and the view was breathtaking, but then some vehicles wanted attention and some tending to.
Well, I thought we were going to be on a dirt road and have to be like crawling under the fucking car to get the tire out.
The day's young.
Yeah, we haven't even started
I
yet.
haven't seen if there's nails in any other tires yet.
Well, hopefully the spare has air in it.
It's a boy.
Congratulations.
I was not expecting humor.
With tire leakage kept to an acceptable rate, we're back on the move. This time, quickly departing from the pavement and bombing through the woods.
With the path going from road to trail, we get bad news from the rear. Dale's clutch was slipping and fading fast. Then news from the front informed us we may be at the end of the road.
Nailed it.
Uh-oh.
Brakes help. Brakes.
Teamwork. Makes the dream work.
Okay.
And with all the vehicles turned around, we head down another random road. None of us really caring, jovially of course, how bad Dale's clutch was going to get.
Mercifully, the trail led us back to the road. A short time later, we caught up with even more gamblers. The group was growing.
After enjoying a short break and drooling over the various creations, the convoy gets rolling, once again darting down a dusty, unknown trail before getting happily lost.
And then, of course, the inevitable happened. Dead end. Now we're in a parking lot in the middle of the woods trying to turn around everyone.
Once the fleet turned around, we head back down toward the highway. After being spoiled by 2 hours of highway travel, we arrive at the next turnoff and the final ascent, which leads to the gambler camp. Based on the gridlock, someone ahead isn't having a good day.
At least we're not last.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky. There's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that little light shines all around.
Right, I'm not too much of a big rock in the race.
With the trail getting steeper, the hamster barely made it through a spot of loose gravel, while someone else wasn't so lucky.
What the fuck am I on?
We headed back down to Dale's car with hopes of offering assistance. But the hamster, still wearing street tires, did little more than chew up the trail and get stuck, ultimately needing a push. Thanks, gents.
As Dale all caught up, we decided to change out the tires on the Hamster. At the same time, we picked up a hitchhiker. This guy had already walked this far from the fallen Volkswagen.
Cars are not good for hill climbing. They are not mountain goats. And his clutch is dying and we're hitting everything.
With no seats available and the GPS telling us camp was only 10 minutes away, our hitchhiker, known as Ty, opted to ride in the hood of Dale's car. Ty clung to that hood for well over an hour, never spilling a drop of beer, while Dale drove with his best behavior. It was amazing.
Finally, we made it to the campground. At this point, we relax a little, set up camp, and watch as more gamblers roll in. The location didn't have much for facilities, but we made do.
Come on! Oh! Don't get stuck here. Monkey chewing. Come on, man. Nothing to see here.
With the T-Rex put away, we were treated to a glorious dinner, since we had packed mostly beer and cheese. We met some wonderful people that night, but sadly, fatigue forced us to bed early as the party raged on.
After waking up in the morning, we give the vehicle some minor attention, then packing up camp before the long run back out to the highway.
Sleep deprivation does wonderful things. For us, gambling's over. We camped. It was awesome. But we gotta get back to Canada. 8, 9, 10 hours of driving. We're on pavement again, so let's put the itty bitty little pavement tires back on. These tires were great. They are not rated for highway use.
We find ourselves back on the highway and northbound. We had a fantastic time and happy to be headed back toward home. But let's face it, we were all tired and needing some recovery time.
Gambler's over and we're going home. We got about 2 hours left of going through the Rockies until we make it home. And of course it's pouring rain. At least this happened on day 3 and not day 1. There's the bright side. After 1,600 kilometers, we finished our first official gambler. Hamster did great. Dale's car, not so much. So, we're happy to be home. I'm going to have a shower, eat a roll of cookie dough, and pass out.
Sounds like a plan.
Good night, world.
Good night, world.
Next time on DawgStrip,
We've done things little, now we're doing things big and scary. Let's go racing.
We're going racing in an RV.
we have been growing fans of hit-to-pass trailer racing, and now we plan to take part. We found a rotten old RV and get her ready for a run around the track. The forecast calls for a high chance of splinters.
Don't run me over.
I love my skid plate. I love it so much.
Jesus, dude.
Welcome to America. Always be gambling.
Always be gambling.